I've got that joy, 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 joy down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart. I've got that joy, 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 joy down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart to stay. I've got that joy, 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 joy down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart.
Where?
You know what? That's it. I'm done. I have told you like 9 times. I've got the joy down in my heart to stay. You never listen to me. It's joy.
Wow, I was just asking.
In my heart.
Where?
Ah!
God, I'm sure you have heard this a lot, but you have perfect timing. You showed up just when I needed you. As you know, I recently had to move because my mom changed jobs, which is cool, but it meant I had to leave my best friend, Ruthie. I gotta admit, that part was devastating. Ruthie was pretty sad too. We didn't have that long to pack, so I barely got to spend any more time with Ruthie before we left. We were pretty busy before the move. I remember my last day and saying goodbye to Ruthie. It was so hard. I gave her my new address and asked her if she would maybe write me an old-fashioned letter. You know, like our parents had to do before computers. But when I saw my new room, empty, except for some moving boxes in the bed, it hit me. I had to start all over in a new place. I think it's safe to say that for the first few weeks of my new house, I was pretty, let's just say, grumpy. I didn't want to unpack. I just laid around. I didn't even want to go outside and make new friends. I was just trying to figure out how I was going to make this new place work. But then, you showed up for me. And you used one of my favorite people in the world to do it. I was eating some cereal when Mom walked in, and she said I got something in the mail. I took one look at the box, and I instantly knew who it was from. And my mood changed instantly. I ran up to my room to open it.
Dear Celia, I just wanted to send you something to remind you of our friendship and how much joy it has brought to me. I hope these items make you happy and remind you that you're gonna make great friends in your new home too, because you are awesome. Thank you for being the best friend ever. P.S. This writing letters is cool, in a retro sort of way. But we can still video chat too, right?
That letter was just what I needed. Yeah, things aren't perfect, but Ruthie reminded me of the joy that is still possible in this new place. Thanks, God. I really needed this. Now I'm gonna go video call my friend. Bye.
Get up on your feet, get out on the floor. Can you feel the beat? Move a little more. Now clap your hands like this, move your feet like this. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Now everybody get your hands up, dance to the beat of your own drum. Don't be afraid to get a little crazy. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance like there is no one around. Don't let your fear get in the way, no, no, they can't bring you down. Down, down, down. Get up on your feet, get out on the floor. Can you feel the beat? Move a little more. Invite a friend to the dance floor. Everybody up and dance more. Get on your feet, move to the beat. Everybody freestyle.
Welcome to Story Lab. This week, we're talking about joy, while we take a look at the story of the end of the story, which is a pretty big reason to celebrate. Hey, I'm Sebastian.
And I'm Skylar.
We're talking about joy, which is choosing to celebrate what God is doing.
Whoa, hold on. I love a good party as much as anyone, but I can't handle a luau when it's freezing.
It's 97 degrees outside.
But it's Arctic in here.
Okay, I might have gotten a little carried away with the AC.
Well, can you uncarry away?
Fine.
So cold.
Okay, I turned off the AC.
Still cold.
Yeah, well, it's gonna take a little bit to warm up.
In the meantime, I am a human icicle.
Yeah, you do look a little frosty around the edges.
I feel frosty around the edges.
Oh, hey, that gives me a great idea.
Like your great idea to crank the AC?
Well, it involves a hot plate.
Oh, I'm in.
Let's make it
So, what are we doing?
this.
Oh, I'm gonna need more detail.
Well, we're gonna frost this window to make it look like the middle of winter.
Really? That's cool. Well, frosty.
Of course. If you do this at home, you can use your actual windows. All you need is some Epsom salt, dish detergent, and a spray bottle. Plus a way to heat up the water in a cooking pot. We're using this hot plate.
Which means you'll need a grown-up to help.
Step 1, you need to boil 1.5 cups of water.
This is where we cut to 3 minutes from now.
3 minutes later!
Oh, there it
it's,
is.
It's boiling. Step 2, once the water is boiling, slowly stir in 1 cup of Epsom salt.
When water is boiled, the molecules move quickly, creating more space between them. This allows the Epsom salt, or magnesium sulfate, to dissolve and fill the space between water molecules. This forms a solution.
Thank you, Sciencey Voice.
You're welcome.
Step 3, remove the mixture from the heat and allow it to cool slightly.
Nice oven mitts.
Thank you. Step 4, stir in 3 tablespoons of dish detergent. Step 5, pour the mixtures into the spray bottles.
I think that's good.
Yeah, should be good. Step 6, add some stencils just for fun. And step 7, spray.
Ooh, the fun part. Smells good.
It does. Done.
Doesn't look very frosty yet.
Well, we have to wait for the water to evaporate.
1 hour later.
Can we look now?
I think so.
Ooh, looks like Christmas.
Frost at its finest.
As the mixture on the glass cools, the Epsom salt is forced out of the solution as a solid, forming crystals.
You can't really see much through the glass.
Just a glimpse.
Speaking of not seeing things clearly yet, it's time for
The story before the story.
Today we're in Revelation, the very last book of the whole Bible.
The other 65 books of the Bible mostly tell the beginning and middle of God's story.
How God created a beautiful, perfect world, but people turned away from God.
How from the beginning, God had a plan to restore us into relationship.
How God sent Jesus to live and die in our place and return to life.
And how Jesus' followers began to spread the news about Jesus and start new churches everywhere they went.
We live in this middle part of God's story, sharing the love of Jesus in a broken world.
but Revelation tells what the end of God's story will be like.
So today, we're starting at the end of the story.
Take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Jen, and today we're reading someone's mail. Don't worry though, this letter was written by Jesus' close friend John to a group of churches in Asia Minor, which we know today as Turkey. John wanted this letter to be passed around between the churches and read aloud to all the Jesus followers. I think he'd be thrilled to know we're reading his mail too. Now, there's a reason John had to write a letter instead of just visiting these churches. The Romans had exiled John to the island of Patmos. This was basically like being in jail. John wasn't stuck behind bars, but he sure couldn't go anywhere. John had spent his whole life sharing about the love of Jesus, and even on Patmos, he didn't give up hope. John continued to talk with God, and one day, the Holy Spirit gave John a vision. A loud voice like a trumpet called out, and Jesus himself appeared.
Write on a scroll what you see. Send it to the 7 churches in Asia Minor.
John fell down at the feet of Jesus.
Do not be afraid. I am the first and the last. I am the living one. I was dead, but now look, I am alive forever and ever.
Jesus gave John special messages about things that were going to happen. Some would happen soon, while others would happen closer to the end of time. This is where our letter comes in. John recorded everything he saw and heard in a letter that later became known as the Book of Revelation.
I, John, am a believer like you. I am a friend who suffers like you. As members of Jesus' royal family, we can put up with anything that happens to us.
Some of the things that Jesus showed to John were terrible. Others were glorious. Most of them, to be honest, were really difficult to understand. But there was one part of the vision that John was most excited to share.
The ending, that's the best part.
I can imagine John weeping with joy as he wrote the last things that Jesus showed to him.
I saw a new heaven and a new earth. I heard a loud voice from the throne. It said, "Look, God now makes his home with the people. He will live with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God."
We know that God is always with us, but in the time John writes about, we'll be able to see and experience God with our very own eyes and talk with God face to face. And it just gets better.
He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, and there will be no more sadness. There will be no more crying or pain. Things are no longer the way they used to be. He who was sitting on the throne said, "I am making everything new."
Imagine that. All we have ever known is a world full of brokenness. Even on our very best days, we struggle. We all know people who are sick or hurting. We know that there are people across the world who are hungry or don't have homes, or who are stuck in the middle of terrible wars. But here, Jesus promises that in the end, God will make everything brand new. For those who trust Jesus, there will be no more death, no more pain, or even tears.
There will no longer be any curse. The throne of God and of the Lamb will be in the city. God's servants will serve him. They will see his face. His name will be on their foreheads. There will be no more night. They will not need the light of a lamp or the light of the sun. The Lord God will give them light. They will rule forever and ever.
It's hard for our brains to think about forever. Maybe even a little scary, but life with God won't be boring. We'll get to continue working with God to take care of God's incredible creation. Just as each of us is uniquely made, God will have the perfect place for each of us to use our talents and gifts. There's so much we don't know, but we do know this. In the end, God will make right every single thing that's wrong, and our place in the story will be amazing. The end.
Wow, it's so easy to think of heaven as just some floaty place in the clouds.
With chubby baby angels and harps and stuff.
The real story is so much more.
So, what is our part in the story?
Right now, we're in the messy middle of the story. This world is broken. We all experience difficult things, but when we follow Jesus, we know that this is not the end. The Apostle Paul wrote, "No eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no human mind has known. God has prepared these things for those who love him."
So what God will do is way bigger than even our imagination.
All the things you love here on earth will be made brand new. If God made you really good at something like running or music or science now, it's possible you may enjoy it even more in heaven.
And all that stuff that makes you feel sick or sad or scared now,
God will wipe all that away and make everything right again.
But sometimes that feels really far away.
You're right, but even in our broken world, God is still at work now. And we can partner with God to help heal some of that brokenness by sharing the love of Jesus.
So we can focus on what God is doing right now.
and what God will do when we get to live forever with Jesus.
I think those are the very best reasons to celebrate. See you next time.
So here's the thing.
Celebrate what God will do.
I am also celebrating that it is no longer freezing in here.
That's a reason for joy. Let's party!
Cue music! Thanks for joining us in the Story Lab.
See you next time.
Asking a lot of questions.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the So and So Show. I'm Brandon.
Yeah, I'm John, and we're wrapping up the discussion we've had this month all about joy.
That's right. We've been celebrating the good news and what God is and has been doing in our lives.
So we decided to throw another party just to celebrate.
Well, we were supposed to be having a party, but as you can see, we are not.
we couldn't figure out what kind of party we should have, so I bought something online that could help.
You did?
Mm-hmm. I went to Kimu, which is a new website where you can buy things really cheap, and I bought this. Oh!
Do I even want to know what this is?
Uh-huh. These are time machine goggles.
What?
They allow you to see into the future.
What?
Yeah, it's genius. Since we don't know what kind of party we're gonna have, we can look into the future and actually see the party. That way we know what the party will be and how to decorate.
You bought time machine goggles.
Yeah.
So you can look into the future.
Yeah.
And see what kind of party we're gonna have.
Yeah.
So that we can decide what kind of party to have.
Exactly.
It's actually pretty smart.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, so what kind of party are we gonna have? Look,
I don't know. I don't know. Let's look.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the future. Here we go. Is it working?
No, not yet. Oh.
Happy Joy Day, John.
And happy Joy Day to you, my friend.
It has been 4 decades since we started this tradition.
And I hope there will be many more to come.
Did you get me the tiny horse I asked for?
I did. And I assume this is a raw onion?
I know it's your favorite. Whoa, what did you see?
I think I saw too far into the future. It's terrible. In the future, I like onions.
Really?
And the horses are tiny.
What? Let me see that.
Brandon, while I agree that in time our Joy Day will be most triumphant, well, the truth is it'll never be a bodacious party until we can have a most excellent cake.
Yeah, John, but how do we know if this cake is most excellent if we don't know what it tastes like?
Oh, molto conundrum, bro. Oh, dude, what if we ate the cake?
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Did you see the Futuresses?
I guess, sort of. Yes.
Was there a party?
There was a cake involved.
So what kind of party was it?
I don't know. But what I do know is this. This thing doesn't work.
Yes, it does
No,
work.
it does
Yes,
not.
it does. It shows us the future. Or maybe we just have to recalibrate.
It
Look,
does
Scott,
not show our future because we do not know what our future here on Earth is going to be.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
I do.
Okay, fine. Tell me what's going to happen in the future.
It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Time machine goggles, huh?
Yes.
No.
That's great. You know, it would be cool if we knew the future. Actually, the truth is, we do know some of the future, and it's something that should bring us joy.
Really?
Yep. It's what today's Bible story is all about.
I can't wait to hear this.
Hey, here, take it away.
All right. Today, we are in the very last book of the Bible, Revelation. Now, the book of Revelation tells us what the end of God's story will look like. It was written by one of Jesus' disciples, John. See, the Holy Spirit gave John a vision of the future and told him to write it down. So today's Bible verses are a part of what John saw in that vision. He saw a lot of unusual things like
It's time for Bible sizing with Horvath.
Horvath.
Thank you for having me on your shows. I am Horvath, and I am an expert in combining the mental trainings of learning the Bible with the physical trainings of making your muscles bigger.
Great.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read some verses, and Horvath is going to do some exercises to help us remember them.
Yeah. You say the Bible verses, and I do the exercises. Let's do this.
You got it. Okay. Here's what John saw in his vision. He wrote, I saw a new heaven and a new earth. I heard a loud voice from the throne. It said, look, God now makes his home with the people. He will live with them. They will be his people. And God himself will be with them and be their God.
Wow!
I know, right? Here on earth, God is with us no matter what. But in the time John writes about, in the future, we'll be able to see and experience God with our very own eyes and talk to God face to face. It's gonna be amazing.
First exercise! I call this curls and chats, and we need some special equipment for this exercise.
Okay.
Oh! We will be using our biceps and the weight of our flip phones to exercise our armies.
Flip phones?
So we can talk face to God! Face to faces!
I'm not sure how exactly that.
No talking! Exercisey! Okay, first you open your flip phones. And then you curl it to your ears and say, hello! Then you uncurl your bicep and close the phonesies. Why are you not exercising?
Oh, I don't have a phone.
Oh, use your hands, they're the phonesies of the future. We do 27 of them. Go! Hello!
Hello?
1. Hello! 4. Hello! Hot sauce! Hello!
Hello?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas! Hello! Wheelbarrow! Hello! 47s! Oh! Okay, carry on with the verses.
Okay. Next verse. John is standing before the throne of God, and the voice from the throne says this: He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, and there will be no more sadness. There will be no more crying or pain. Things are no longer the way they used to be. He who is sitting on the throne said, I am making everything new. Now, did you catch that? God will make everything brand new. You see, we've grown up in a world where things are broken and people are hurting and times can be tough. But if we can put our faith in Jesus, you can trust that in the end, there won't be any more death, no more pain, or even tears. Well, I don't know about you, but to me, that sounds incredible.
Yeah! Hold! Okay, do you know the sayings, cry me a river?
Yeah.
Don't do that, because I cannot swim without my floaties. But this exercise is called When No One Cries. I put my fists on my eyes and twist like a little bitty baby who cries. Wah, wah, yeah. And then I drop my arms and do 2 monster curls to the side. Ooh! We do 27 of them.
27?
Yeah!
Okay.
Go! Wah, 1, wah, 2, wah, offensive tackle, wah, micro machines, wah, grape sodas, wah, 27! Oh yeah! What's next? What's next?
Okay. Last verse. Here's something else that John saw in his vision. He wrote, there will no longer be any curse. The throne of God and of the Lamb will be in the city. There will be no more night. They will not need the light of a lamp or the light of the sun. The Lord God will give them light. They will rule forever and ever. Can you imagine?
Oh, no.
No more darkness, a light that comes from God that will last forever.
Oh, that's a final exercise. That's called explosion of lights. Now this is a low, high impact exercise.
Are you sure I should?
Yes. Oh. You will be fines. Mostly. First, you scrunch up into a little ball, as if you are in the darkness. An unpopped popcorn kernel waiting to explode and be eaten. And then, pow! You spread your armies and your eyes and your mind all over in any direction. You are light, never to be turned off again.
Oh, I like that.
Good, because we do 227 of them.
200.
Here we go. 1, 2, Mackinac Island, participation trophy. I want my baby back ribs. My shoulders.
Oh, do you need?
No. Finish your stories.
Well, you never want to see that, so I'll finish up real quick. I know it can be tough to wrap our heads around forever, at least it is for me. And I know while we don't know everything about what the future will hold, what I do know is that life with God won't be boring. God will make right every single thing that is wrong. Our place in the story will be with God. And just think about how incredible that will be.
Wow, our real future looks so much better than what we saw in these goggles.
I know. We'll have everything we need because God knows us and loves us.
Wait. Will there be onions in heaven?
I can't say for sure, but if there are, I bet they taste delicious.
Whoa!
Are you okay, Horvath?
Yes, I have all the ice packs put on my bodies so there's no more pains in my shoulders. But even better, now I have a part-time job as a goalpost.
And it's good!
3 points!
Well, I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah!
You know, about this party, I think we're overthinking things.
Us? Really?
Yeah. We should just be celebrating that no matter what the future holds, we know that God has a plan to make everything right.
I love it. Let's do that. How do you decorate for that?
Reveal the question.
Oh, what's the best party you can imagine?
Well, my favorite kind of party is one with all my friends and family. parties are the best when they're filled with the people you care about.
Well, that's a good one, and I agree with you, especially if it's with friends and family you haven't seen in a long time. Yeah. And if it was a party that didn't have to end.
Oh, yeah, forever party. Oh, man, I would eat so much charcuterie cheese.
Oh, bet. What about you? What's the best party you can imagine?
Yeah, talk about it together, and we'll see you next time for a brand spanking new show.
Yeah!
Charcuterie cheese. I now want some charcuterie
I
cheese.
do too. What's your favorite charcuterie cheese?
Oh, it has to be a Havarti with dill.
Really? That was very well thought and reasoned answer.
Or Jarlsberg.
Yeah. I was going to say cheddar. So, this is the future. Great Scott!
It's John, Doc.
What?
My name is John. You called me Scott?
It's a turn of phrase, John. An exclamation. A figure of speech.
Are you telling me that in the future, we look like this? How many years into the future are we?
1.21 giga-years, John.
Great Scott.
No, it's Brandon.
What? Scene.